5:08 a.m. Your hands tighten around the steering wheel. Ahead of you, hidden behind fog, concrete, and razor wire, sits Blackstone Penitentiary. Maximum security. 1,200 inmates. Most people spend their entire lives trying not to end up here. You just accepted a job inside. Rain hits the windshield as giant searchlights cut through the darkness ahead. The prison looks less like a building and more like something built to contain monsters. Today is your first shift as a prison guard. You memorized procedures, learned emergency codes, practiced lockdown drills, but nobody trained you for the feeling of watching 20-foot prison walls rise out of the fog while realizing the doors are about to lock behind you. A massive steel gate slowly slides open. Not quickly, not dramatically, slowly, like the prison is deciding whether it wants to let you in. You park near the processing entrance and kill the engine. You actually consider driving away. Then reality hits. Too late now. You grab your bag and step out into the rain. The air smells like wet concrete and rust. Inside security processing, fluorescent lights buzz overhead. Everything feels cold. Cold walls, cold floors, cold faces. A veteran officer named Hayes scans your ID badge without looking impressed. 17 years inside Blackstone. Broken nose. Permanent eye bags. The kind of face that forgot how to smile a long time ago. He barely glances at you before speaking. Don't try to win arguments. Don't try to look tough. And don't let inmates smell fear. At first, you almost laugh. How exactly are inmates supposed to smell fear? Then Hayes finally looks directly into your eyes. Dead serious. Trust me, they can. You pass through metal detectors and controlled doors one after another. Each gate unlocks with a heavy metallic clank. Each one slams shut behind you harder than the last. The deeper you walk into Blackstone, the quieter you become. Nobody rushes here. Nobody talks loudly. Even the guards sound careful. Like the building itself is listening. You finally reach cell block C. And the second you step inside, everything changes. Conversations slow down. Inmates stop moving. Hundreds of eyes slowly shift toward you. Fresh uniform, fresh face, fresh target. Your training tells you to stay calm. Professional, controlled. Marcus gives a small smile. Good. Means you're still sleeping normally. A few inmates nearby laugh quietly. Not because the joke was funny. Because Marcus spoke. You notice something important immediately. Nobody stands too close to him. People naturally move out of his way without being told. Power inside prison doesn't always scream. Sometimes it barely raises its voice. Officer Hayes quietly steps beside you. Keep moving. You continue walking through the block. Do not react. Do not look weak. Do not turn back. But right before you leave the cell area, Marcus speaks again. You know what happens to new guards. You accidentally pause. Tiny mistake. Tiny hesitation. But Marcus notices immediately. They think the uniform protects them. Hayes pushes you forward and the moment ends. At least on the surface. But something feels wrong inside cell block C. Not just Marcus. The entire block. Too quiet. Too organized. Too many whispered conversations, stopping when guards walk past. Too many inmates watching the clock. Too many guards pretending not to notice. Hours pass, but you still can't shake the feeling sitting in your chest. Even during break, the prison never truly feels quiet. Somewhere in the distance, metal bangs against metal. Radios crackle nonstop. Nobody fully relaxes. Not even the veteran guards. Hayes notices you sitting silently in the break room. You're thinking about Kane. You don't answer. Hayes takes a slow sip of burnt coffee. Rule 1 in this place: never let inmates rent space inside your head. Before you can respond, radio static suddenly bursts across the room. Possible disturbance near laundry corridor. Every guard reacts instantly. No panic, just movement. Like they've done this 1,000 times before. Welcome to Blackstone. Officially, it's nothing serious. Just an inmate argument near the laundry area. But the second you arrive, you notice something strange. Nobody looks surprised, not inmates. Not guards. Everybody looks prepared. Like this tension has been building all day. You begin noticing small details everywhere, quick hand signals between inmates. Guards checking locks twice. Whispered conversations, stopping the moment officers walk near. You don't fully understand prison rhythm yet. But even you can tell something feels off. Like the entire prison is holding its breath. Later that afternoon, you return to cell block C for inmate count. Rows of prisoners stand silently beside their cells while guards walk the inspection lines. And once again, Marcus Kane is watching you. Not the guards. Not the block. You. You continue walking while pretending not to notice. Then Marcus quietly speaks. You still walk like you trust procedures. You ignore him and keep counting cells. Marcus smiles slightly. Good. Means Blackstone hasn't introduced itself yet. That sentence stays in your head long after count ends. Then the first alarm chirps. Not a full emergency. Just a short warning tone. But every guard instantly becomes more alert. Temporary movement restriction. You ask Hayes what's happening. Could be nothing. Could be everybody testing the walls. You have no idea what that means. Soon, dinner movement begins. One of the busiest times inside prison. Hundreds of inmates moving through controlled corridors. More bodies. More noise. More opportunities for mistakes. You stand near cross-corridor security while inmates move through metal checkpoints. At first, everything looks normal. Then you notice it. A section of inmates suddenly becoming too calm. Too cooperative. Too quiet. Something inside your gut tightens. You don't know why, but your instincts start screaming. Something is seconds away. Then suddenly, metal crashes against concrete. Shouting erupts across the lower level. Movement explodes through the corridor. Emergency alarms scream to life. Red lights flood the walls. Your first real prison emergency has begun. Guards rush toward the disturbance while inmates surge backward through the hallway. Training disappears instantly. Adrenaline takes over everything. Hayes grabs your shoulder and shouts for you to move. Your heart pounds so hard it almost drowns out the alarms. And through all the chaos, you see Marcus Kane, standing completely still behind the security barrier, watching everything. Calm, like he expected this, like he's been waiting for it all day. There it is. Lockdown procedures begin immediately. Heavy security doors slam shut throughout the prison. Commands echo through the corridors. Some inmates scream. Others smile. You help secure the cross-corridor gates with shaking hands while trying not to show fear. Because Hayes was right. People inside Blackstone notice fear instantly. The emergency lasts 17 minutes. Longest 17 minutes of your life. Eventually, movement slows. The alarms downgrade. And the prison settles back into silence. Not peaceful silence. Temporary silence. The kind that feels like a storm waiting to happen again. Your shift finally ends hours later. Exhausted doesn't even begin to describe how you feel. You walk toward the final security gate while hearing phantom alarms still ringing inside your head. The outer door finally opens. Fresh rain hits your face. Freedom. You survived your first day. You should feel proud. Relieved. Victorious. Instead, you just feel tired. Different. As you walk toward your car, a familiar voice echoes from behind reinforced glass. See you tomorrow, rookie. You stop walking immediately. Marcus Kane stands far behind the prison barrier, barely visible beneath the red emergency lights. Watching, waiting. And that's when the truth finally hits you. Blackstone doesn't end when your shift ends. It waits for you. And tomorrow, you're coming back.